Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm Jessica Albea. My husband and I are both here from Greenville. I'm the owner at Fresh Vibes and Yogi Vibes Studio. And we have 2 locations here in Greenville. I'm a mother of 2. I have a 9-year-old, Riley, little girl, and a 9-month-old little boy, Bodie.
Why do you like Greenville?
I love Greenville. It's home. All of our family's here. You know, being in school here since elementary school, you know, a lot of our friends that I've known for, gosh, 20 plus years now. So you go out and you see people that you know, it just feels like home, and I love the growth that we've seen here. It's amazing to see where we've come in 10, 15 years in Greenville. It's really, really a joy to see and to raise our kids here.
How you decided to open Fresh Vibes?
Yeah, so I really wanted somewhere where I felt comfortable feeding my family. I didn't have anywhere in Greenville that, you know, I eat plant-based, so I needed somewhere that I could get true, nutritious foods without worrying about, you know, does it have dairy in it? Is it cross-contamination with meat? You know, all that. So Fresh Vibes is actually 100% dairy-free and meat-free. I have an autoimmune disease, so dairy really messes up my body. It causes my body to go into an inflammatory response, so I really have to be careful where I eat. And my sister looked at me one day and said, where are you going to eat when you move back from Clayton? We were living in Clayton for my husband to go to law school. And I looked at her and I said, I don't know where I'm going to eat, you know, and feel comfortable about it. She said, why don't you just open up someplace? I was like, well, that sounds scary. You know, I never took a business course, but I was super passionate about offering, you know, true, healthy food, fresh from the earth, you know, just as God intended us to eat. So when she said that, a light bulb went off. We lost my grandfather to cancer 9 years ago. And I was like, you know what? I really want to be a resource for the cancer community. And not only them, but to help people feel better. I think Eastern North Carolina was ready for an option. You know, we look on every corner and it's fast food nation here. And I grew up here and that's what I ate. And, you know, I had stomach issues growing up and now I have an autoimmune disease. So it really does matter for me and for everyone else. You know, what's on our plate, in our cup, it plays a big part in how we feel on a regular basis. So yeah, I wanted to be that resource and help educate. You know, people come in, they're like, what's wheatgrass? It's okay, I didn't know what wheatgrass was 10 years ago either, you know, so I love being that person. I'm like, so wheatgrass is amazing for you, it's anti-inflammatory, tons of vitamins and minerals. You know, for people that don't sit down and eat greens, they can take a shot of wheatgrass and you get all the greens you need for the day. So it's an easy way for people that aren't on the healthy train to just take a little shot and be done with it, and they're like, all right, I'm good for the day, you know, and their body's like, thank you. But yeah, being a resource for the community where my husband and I grew up, and, you know, showing people that healthy can be delicious and yummy and fun and help you feel good at the same time. So it's like a win-win.
So why do you think Fresh Vibes is so popular?
Well, you know, we partner with local partners, so I love that aspect because you can play off each other and help market each other. You know, if I tag Blackbeard's Coffee in a post like last week, I was like, need a pick-me-up, we have a smoothie with organic coffee grounds from Blackbeard's, and then they reshare it on their page. So you can, you know, help market each other, and you feel good because when people spend money here, they're not only, you know, helping support my family and my employees here, but they're also supporting my local partners and their families. You know, we do source local and organic when it's available. So like Coastal Plains Produce is right outside of Ayden, which is where we get all of our lettuce for our salads. And it's living lettuce and it's beautiful. And we get it when the root's still on it. So when we cut it to make a salad, that's as fresh as you can get. It's a living plant that's going into your salad bowl and into your body. You don't get many more nutrients than that, you know, besides the wheatgrass shot. But that's fresh and that's local and it's organic, and it makes me feel good to be able to offer that, to feed my family that. And yeah, so I think people love Fresh Vibes because they can see the difference it makes in their bodies when they come here and they are putting good things in their body and they feel better. You know, we have people that walk in all walks of life, people that maybe just got diagnosed with cancer, or maybe people that are trying to, you know, start a health journey for themselves. Maybe they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they're like, I don't feel good. What can I do? They walk in and just try something. And they see the difference it makes in their life, and they keep coming back. And I think that's why we're so popular, because people feel the difference, you know? What's at the end of your straw, end of your fork? It matters, and that's what they see and feel when they leave here.
I know that you changed the name.
Yeah.
Why it happened?
Yeah, so 2 years ago, you know, we offer so much more than just juice. It was Juice Vibes. And I had 2 partners that live in Raleigh. And we split ways. It was good, but they took over the Cary and Clayton store, and I kept Greenville by myself. Being from here, I was like, this is my home, this is my store, you know, and I wanted to open a second store in Greenville, so I wanted to just branch off by myself, change the name to Fresh Vibes, since we offer so much more than just juice. You know, people thought that we just had juice. I'm like, no, we have smoothies and sandwiches and salads, like, come in and see, you know. So yeah, there went Fresh Vibes, and I picked the tagline where local meets fresh, because I wanted people to understand, you know, we do get our produce locally, what we can, you know, and that matters for your nutrients that you're putting in your body. You know, you're not eating something that traveled thousands of miles. You're eating something that was grown right here in Pitt County. You can feel good about what you're putting in your body, and you're also supporting the local farmers here. So keeping the money locally for this economic, you know, our economical impact here. So, yeah, there went Fresh Vibes, where local meets fresh.
Was it difficult to open a second location?
You know, I'm someone that looks for signs, and when there's always this fear factor, but when I went to yoga teacher training, you know, I'm glad that I did that prior to opening a business, because it gets your mental strength where it needs to be, where you can kind of step back for a moment and take a breather and say, let's look at the bigger picture here. Or let's look for the signs. What is the world and the universe, God telling me to do here? There was a pineapple mailbox out here on this piece of property before we signed the lease, and we were looking. The landlord came to me and said, hey, I got a great spot. I know it would be your second location in Greenville, but I really think, you know, being on the hospital side of town, that people would love you to be there. So we came over and checked it out. I saw the pineapple mailbox, and I was like, well, there's sign number 1. Hello. And then the address is 1725, and my home address is 1725. So there's sign number 2. So I said, let's do it. I see the universe is matching up with my passion, and we partner with Vidant Cancer Services. So not only did I have those 2 signs, but I have this opportunity to be a resource right here for the cancer community. So I'm already in there talking to the patients, teaching them how to make juices and smoothies, and why they want to eat plant-based, and what plant-based foods can do to their body, especially going through a cancer journey. But now I can be right here with a drive-through window where they can literally call and swing through. They don't even have to get out of the car to get what their body needs. It's like, sign me up. Here I am. Let's do it. And then after signing the lease, 2 months later, we find out we're pregnant and having baby number 2. But you know what? It's a journey, and it was fun, and thankfully my body allowed me to keep going and work, and I have employees that have been the backbone, and I'm so grateful for them. I had employees that came from store 1 over here to help during that transition, so I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. I always tell them, I know it's cliche, but teamwork makes the dream work, and without a solid team behind you, it won't work. And so I think it stems from the top and going down. You know, you have to pump them with positive energy, and, you know, keep them synced with our mission, you know, to let them know, no, we're not here to sling smoothies. We're here to make an impact on everyone that walks in this door. So you don't know what someone's walking in the door with. You may be the first smiling face they've seen all week. You may be the first wheatgrass shot that they've taken, and they're scared as hell, but they're gonna go for it because we're saying, you can do it, here's your orange slice, you know? So, I mean, just being a bright light in their life where you can make an impact on them, and you never know what kind of impact you're gonna have. You could totally transition someone's health. Maybe they have a chronic disease going on and they're wanting to take a stand against it and take control of their health. and they're coming to us as a resource. So just reminding my team that, you know, we are that resource for them. Help them any way possible. And if you don't know the answer, get their phone number, I'll call them, we will get them the answer, you know? And that's why I decided to go do my plant-based nutrition certification, so I could have even more of a backbone, not just a passion and a yoga and lifestyle teacher training, but really a nutrition certification that focuses on exactly what we offer here. You know, from Dr. Colin Campbell at Cornell University, who did the longest nutritional study ever done. So I love him and his team and the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. I always refer people to go check them out because they have clinical trials, research studies, and it's evidence-based. You know, people always want to know evidence-based, you know? And girlfriend, if the plant-based is not evidence-based, I promise there's so much evidence that if you stick to eating from the earth, eating plants, you'll feel so much better, not only and prevent of chronic diseases, you know, having my grandfather die of cancer, my history of heart disease in my family. You know, we were talking about this earlier. 647,000 people a year die of heart disease. #1 killer in America. What can we do to prevent that? It starts with what's on our plate. And it's not just genetics. If you think about it, what are their family traditions? They're all sitting at the table eating the same thing. If one person out of that family switches to a plant-based diet, what happens? And Dr. Esselstyn at the Cleveland Clinic, he has reversed heart disease for his patients by putting them on a plant-based diet. So I mean, it gives me chill bumps thinking about the impact of what our food can do to our health. And I want people to understand you too can take control of your health. You don't have to feel bad. You know, having an autoimmune disease, I know what it feels like to feel bad. And dairy, I tell my husband this, but dairy's the devil. You know, it makes me feel so bad, and it does for other people too. Not only is it inflammatory, but it causes bloating and weight gain. If you think about it, the hormones and proteins in dairy are meant to make a calf turn into a 1,000-pound cow. Are we meant to be 1,000-pound cows? Come on, Kay, are we? And people, I mean, it's like a light bulb. Hello? We're not supposed to have that in our bodies. We don't need that to be healthy. And there's lots of doctors out there and scientists that agree with that statement. So that's why I don't have dairy in the shop. It does not make people feel good. And the only thing I have in the shop is what will make you feel good. That's why we focus on fresh, from the earth, local, and as organic as possible. I didn't want to offer anything in here that I don't feel comfortable feeding myself or my kids. And with obesity and chronic disease now in kids the way it is, and when we were in grade school, did you ever see anyone in your class, multiple people with obesity or type 2 diabetes? And now it's like half the school. It's sad. And when I'm at the grocery store pushing my cart around and I see these parents filled with the sodas and the chips and processed foods, it breaks my heart.
So this is part of the culture, we could say, right? And now you changing it locally, but step by step you changing this culture, right?
Yeah, and showing people. I mean, I have some parents that come in and say, my kid requested this for their birthday. And I'm like, can we get like high fives all around? Well, not right now because of Corona, but we can do some elbow dances or something, I don't know. But, I mean, that is like a huge win for a parent. They didn't ask to go to the cupcake shop, they wanted a smoothie. So they wanted to put good things in their body. So that makes my heart happy.
Victory, yes.
That makes my heart happy. So yeah, I want to change the culture for our kids because they're our next generation. And if everyone's sick and they can't function properly, and their own disability, how are we having next generation?
Especially now during the time of coronavirus.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you how you adjusting, how your business adjusting to this new situation.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully we were blessed to have the pickup window. So, you know, for people that didn't feel comfortable coming inside to pick up their to go, they did have that option. At our Charles location, we did the curbside service available upon request. You know, wiping down the square, all those safety measures. But I think that people, you know, were really thinking I need what's good for my body right now, especially during this time. So I'm blessed to say that we've made it through and we've survived. And, you know, my heart goes out to the businesses, you know, that are struggling right now. It really is sad. And hopefully this is a turnaround as we go into phase 2, that we're able to like hop back on as a small business world and thrive again. But I am very lucky that we were basically a takeout and to-go service, you know, quick service restaurant anyway, so that has really
And now with reopening, will you continue to do curbside pickup?
Yeah, we definitely will. I mean, people still want to take precautions, right? So we're going to offer it to anyone that, upon request, if they feel more comfortable with us bringing it out and them not coming in, then we'll definitely still do that, yeah. And the drive-through window is still going, girlfriend. And then if someone doesn't feel comfortable, they can swing on through here.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a mom, I can totally relate. It's perfect.
Yeah, to all the moms wondering, we'll do curbside service upon request. Yeah. I shouldn't say for the people, you know, that wanted it for the corona, but I can't forget about the parents too. Yeah.
So what message you want to, what do you want to tell our viewers today in this difficult reality? What would you like to say?
I think now we're seeing how important our health is. You know, what we put in our body matters. We are seeing that our immune system needs our support for it to be our biggest cheerleader, right? So I want to say you're in control. What you put on your plate, what you choose to put in your body, it matters. And you can feel good, I promise. If you're someone sitting at home, you're like, I don't have the energy to do yoga, I don't have the energy to go for a walk. Well, you can change that, you know, and we're here to support you through that. And you know, one thing that we're seeing a lot of right now is cleansers. People doing juice cleanses because I think they're at home and, you know, maybe they were 2 months ago, they were like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store one time and I'm going to bulk up on, you know, it is processed foods because it lasts longer, right? But then the quarantine 15 hit. If you freshmen in college, you know what I'm saying, the freshman 15, we're seeing the quarantine 15 and people were like, I'm done. I can't gain anymore. So I think, you know, we've seen a lot of people wanting to jump back on the healthy train. So we've seen a lot of cleansers. It's just a good way to restart your body and to crave more fruits and vegetables. It helps with sugar cravings and things like that. So I think people are starting to say, I'm done with the junk food and I need to make a change. So we're here to be that resource and really give them what their body's craving, and your body is craving nutrients. You know, when you are interested in weight loss, you know, I just had a baby 9 months ago, so coming off maternity, I'm like, you know, I'm going to focus really hard on what I'm putting in my body, and I've never really cared about, I never really had to worry about, you know, just after pregnancy, that's what you think about. But, you know, when you're reaching in a bag of potato chips and there's no nutrients there, vitamins and minerals for your body to feel satisfied. So what do? You keep reaching in, right? Like, I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. Oh wait, there's a chocolate bar. I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. Because your body isn't satisfied nutrient-wise. But if you drink a nutrient-dense smoothie, and we have meal replacement smoothies, you drink a nutrient-dense smoothie, you're gonna be full for hours on end because guess what? Your body's getting the vitamins, minerals, and living enzymes it needs to be satisfied. So it's not going to be, I'm hungry 30 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? So it does help with weight management for people that are at home thinking, oh no, the quarantine 15, she's talking to me. It's okay. You can turn it around. No one's perfect. Life's about balance. But if overall you're choosing to put good things in your body, you will see results. And sticking with plant-based foods that aren't acidic, you know, that's when you start focusing on prevention. So yeah.
Thank you for this interview.
Yeah.
Let's stay healthy.
Woohoo! And fresh is best. I'm gonna say that, you know, it's not the same if you pick up a smoothie sitting at the grocery store, like one of those, I don't want to say a name, but you know, there's in the grab and go at the grocery store. It's not the same because how long has that been sitting there? It loses its nutrient density the longer it sits. So when you come in here, we make everything made fresh to order. So you're getting it as fresh as possible. That way you get as many nutrients as you can. And that means you stay fuller longer. It's healthier for your body. No sugar added. Can I say that again? No sugar added. Like we're talking about natural sugars here. Fruits, dates, local raw honey. Like we're not talking about cane sugar. Say no to the cane sugar, okay? But yeah, people ask what's the difference in Fresh Vibes and like another smoothie place, and it really is that we make everything fresh. So like the orange juice and apple juice that goes into our smoothies, it's made fresh in-house. So there's not from concentrate, nothing added to it. If you walk in on any day, you'll probably see us making orange juice and apple juice because we go through a lot of orange juice and apple juice. And all the nut milks are unsweetened. So really trying to focus on the cleanest and purest ingredients, and that's what makes us different.
That sounds perfect. So you can come to Fresh Vibes and be healthy, especially during this time when we need to be healthy more than
ever before. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Kate for coming to hang out with me this afternoon. It's been fun.